Live, Laugh, Larceny discusses true petty crimes that may be disturbing to some.
Or could be easy listening to all you psychopaths out there.
All stories are based on actual events, but details may vary.
Listener discretion is not advised.
Live,
Laugh,
Larceny. Welcome to Live, Laugh, Larceny, the show that gets you stiffer than a lower back after a road trip. This is Trevin.
And I'm Amanda. Okay, I thought that was going to be way more boner-based, but I'm glad it was just the lower back action. To each their own.
You know what we're winking towards, though.
Take it as you will. So, Trevin,
yes.
What is your dreadful dilemma this week?
My dreadful dilemma actually is tied in with my intro line.
Uh-oh. Lower back issues?
I got a stiff lower back. It was already pretty bad after I had got back from trying to sleep in that airport after CrimeCon.
Oh, no.
But let me first start with a humble brag.
Ooh.
I hit my deductible. So that's the only reason why we're having this conversation.
Fuck healthcare in America.
I thought because I went to the emergency room and had my whole thing at the beginning of the year, I hit my deductible pretty quickly. And I've never had this happen before. And it happened so soon that I was like, well, I know I have hip issues. This shoulder issue is a problem. If LASIK was covered, I'd look into that maybe.
Yeah.
I went to a place and had my shoulder looked at. I've been doing physical therapy for my shoulder.
Wow.
That's been great. But I realized soon into it that my shoulder actually is caused by my hip. So here's the thing. I sleep mainly on my left side because my right hip usually throbs. So I sleep on my left. But over the years, I've slept on my left side so much that now my left shoulder throbs from sleeping on only my left side.
Oh my God.
So I said, I got to go see a doctor because now I can't sleep on any side.
Yeah, either the belly or the back. But
Not the belly. Anything but the belly. That'll mess the back up. I got the shoulder looked at. I guess I had bursitis, which is like a big old sack of fluid pain underneath my shoulder blade. It's up near my rotator cuff area.
Ugh.
I'm doing physical therapy for that.
Okay.
My first day of physical therapy was very quick. They're like, oh, something's weird about your back. And I thought, how validating. I've been waiting for somebody to tell me this.
Yeah.
I heard about this place called Restore Muscle and Joint.
Shout out.
Shout out. They're actually really cool. I wouldn't give a shout out normally.
Yeah.
Unless I really thought it was cool.
Yeah.
They do seem to be a chain, but I was looking for a chiropractor maybe because I thought, well, I've got this free healthcare thing going on right now. I want to get the hip figured out.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I used to go to the chiropractor all the time, but nothing ever got better. Of course, I was ADHD and didn't have a lot of mental awareness of my body, and I'm still learning it. But is that the step I go? Do I go to a chiropractor and then like try to do a better job being mindful of it? Is that what I do in this situation, or do I need to go to a different kind of doctor? I'm still not really sure what to do here. It's not that easy to figure it out. It's like it's up to you to figure it out. And it all comes down to how many doctor visits you want to pay for until somebody fixes you.
Exactly.
It's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But this place has physical therapist. They have chiropractor, like a doctor, like 2 different types of surgeons, like a register nurse, an x-ray tech, and an x-ray machine there. So I kind of went in there and said, hey, I'm doing physical therapy for my shoulder, but I have a hip issue that's really throwing me off. I don't really quite understand what's going on here. They kind of did the troubleshooting process, and then they're like, this is what we think can work for you. And then they set me up on how many days. I'm doing like 6 weeks, twice a week. They have a chiropractor there that gets you your chiropractor stuff, but also does the physical therapy to like help you strengthen the body to keep it in place.
Right.
Because he's like, I don't want to have you keep coming in here.
Yeah.
I love this place. I give the shout out because I've even asked the people who work there. I've had a great experience as a customer, but I mean, even the employees are very happy working there. When a company can do that, shout out.
For real.
My dilemma, though, is the shoulder physical therapy was tough. It really did show me just how body blind I am and how much control I don't have. And as we know, I have a bit of a body issue. And so going to physical therapy and having somebody really look you up and down every
Right.
time you make a movement because they're assessing you.
Right. That's their job, but that's like very uncomfy.
And like deep down, I know there's a problem too.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want the problem to be fixed, but I want to know in a way that it's not a problem.
You want to know what they're looking for and do what they want to make it seem like there's nothing wrong with you, but that's not possible.
Yes, it's very not possible.
Yeah.
I guess I'm pretty flexible in the joints. A lot of times I will collapse my shoulder, and so like I will kind of bring my shoulder blade out more a lot. And when I do that, it stretches and opens, and that's where I think I hurt myself here, is because I force myself to take more strength with this sort of hyperextended.
Yeah.
I'm learning that my hip is also the same way, and that's where the dreadful dilemma comes in, because the shoulder was tough and the hip is 100 times worse.
Really?
Yeah, it's 100 times worse. I've said it in episodes for a long time. I've said I don't feel like I walk right.
Yeah.
This is making it very known. I'm seeing this now.
Yeah.
I have a hip impingement, bursitis in the hip, and it's like something where the hip joint is like wider than the ball of the hip.
Oh, hell.
So it can kind of just like shift a little bit in there.
Yeah.
But because of that, I have cheated the way I walk. And it's sort of like you shot a basketball.
Yeah.
Where the left, or if you're right-handed, your right hand does the forcing and the shooting while the left is sort of your support.
It. Yeah.
My right leg is always kind of my support when doing a lot of things. And then my left is the workhorse.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm realizing that there's an imbalance for sure.
Wow.
They're like, oh, just lift your leg and do this. And I'm like,
You're like, how did I not fucking see this?
I can't do my normal thing and be like, this isn't my car, man. I just got this thing today. I don't know. Like, you can't say that about your own body. So that is my dilemma.
Oh, that is dreadful. Wow. But honestly, kind of makes me want to go there because I have so many problems with my tailbone since having children that I'm like, I need all these different people to take a look. Mm-hmm. It was helping when I was going to the chiropractor, but if you don't have the additional support to keep it there, the tools, or to see if maybe it is a surgical thing you need, I haven't reached my deductible though, so I don't think I can. Well, I also have a dreadful dilemma. Recently, as we are recording this, the 4th of July just occurred. We had a family friend gathering-ish where it was kind of a blend of my family, my BFF's family, and then my husband's BFF and our kids.
A sweet little group.
It was a sweet little time. We just had a ball. All the kids just had so much fun. Jordan got to explode things like a watermelon, and
that was pretty cool.
And he didn't lose a hand or a finger. That was a success in my book.
Yeah.
But the dreadful part, okay, is that something slightly embarrassing happened, but like she's also been my BFF since we were babies, so she's going to let it go. Like I've done worse.
Did you poop your pants in front of Molly?
No.
Okay. I was really feeling that.
Not this time. No. Because we were doing fireworks so late and we were like enjoying some adult beverages, Molly was like, hey, can I crash at your house for the night? And I was like, yeah, no problem. So she slept out on our couch throughout the night. My youngest daughter, Winnie, screamed for me. So I went and slept with her for the majority of the night in the bottom bunk. And then my oldest was on the top bunk and Jordan was in our bed. And this is a very common thing. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it a little bit, how my kids are just so awful at night. I've talked about that.
Yeah.
But my oldest is really bad in the middle of the night and early mornings, like freaking out, waking us all up unnecessarily, panicking. She's even super early in the morning, heard Jordan leave for work and he didn't come and like give her a kiss goodbye and like sprinted down our driveway after him. And it's like still dark outside. Like she's very frantic sometimes. We're like, girl, wild. Just go to bed. So anyway.
Is that an OCD thing?
It might be very much because yeah, that feels like an OCD thing to me.
Yeah.
Because I have that also.
I wouldn't go sprinting down for that mustache.
No, God, no. So anyway, I'm used to being like abruptly woken up in the morning, basically is what I'm trying to say.
You're always on high alert with
Yes, and it's always a kid waking me up every morning. So I wake up the next day and this short girl in the blurry distance of my vision is like shaking my leg, and I'm just like, Lila, no, not yet. Go to bed. It is way too early. And then I hear some chuckling. She's shaking my leg a little bit more, and I'm like, okay, I gotta put the mom voice on. And I was like, 1, 2, like giving her the countdown. Like, if I get to 3, you are grounded AF, right?
So you were still just so checked out.
It was so early, and I was so tired from staying up late the night before that I was just, doing my typical morning routine with Lila, trying to get her ass back in bed.
This is mom autopilot.
I hear her giggle so loud, and it's of course Molly, not Lila. And I wake up and I come to, like, I fully am awake now, seeing that it's Molly and not my kid. And we are just cackling, but we're like whisper cackling, trying not to wake up the real kids. And then later in the day, I apologized. I was like, sorry for lecturing you like my child, giving you a countdown this morning. And she was just like, LOL.
I would have been so triggered.
It's just kind of embarrassing that I was giving the mom countdown to my friend and not my kid. It was pretty funny.
This mother dilemma now just brought me to a mom question I've always had, and I don't think I've actually asked you this.
Ooh, what?
So have you had a lot of times where you've accidentally slipped and let the mom voice get used in front of people that you didn't know were there? Because I remember as a kid, we used to be little shitheads about this all the time, almost in the same way that you watch somebody be like, hey, and then like you take an order and it's like, yes. And then they take their voice like that. It's kind of like that, except mom has like the low demon voice. And there would be times where my brother would have like the phone on speakerphone and be like, Grandma heard that? Or be like, they were getting on you in a store and they didn't know that somebody else was like right around the corner or something like that.
I'm not abusing my child, I swear.
Yeah, with the shoe on your foot now, have you had a lot of that happen yet? Or are you still in control of it spewing out in the public as much?
No, I haven't had like a ton of those, but I've had moments, and they're not old enough to like weirdly use that against me like that yet. Whew. If that day comes, and I'm sure it will.
It will.
That's going to be a hard day to swallow. But there has been a moment, the first one that comes to mind, I was like lecturing not only both of my daughters, but my husband too, and didn't know that my next door neighbors, AKA my parents, were coming around the bend. I don't even remember why they were coming. I think to give the girls a little present, which they didn't deserve. I don't know, something like that. And I was just like, you guys, like, oh. And then they come and I was like, oh, shit. But it was kind of funny and fine because they've lectured me so much throughout my life that them hearing me lecture, I think it was fine.
Yeah.
But it just caught me off guard.
Okay, interesting. You'll have to keep me informed more if that happens or maybe when we're older someday.
Yeah, no, for sure. I will keep you guys posted through it all.
Thank you.
So, Trevin, we're going to be doing some trivia before we hop into stories this week. Whoa, Trevin, we do not have the rights to say that.
Let's have a fun time.
And it's my week to go first.
Okay.
Well, it's summertime.
That it is.
And I've got a short and sweet little trivia for you.
Ooh, okay.
I've been having an addiction to ice cream again.
It's hard to do.
Yeah, which should be a dilemma, but I think I've had it before.
You certainly have.
In my household, we used to always eat like the off-brand ice creams like in the tub because we had enough kids that it's like we don't get really fancy flavors. You usually had the tubs. You either had chocolate chip, sometimes mint chocolate chip, vanilla chocolate,
Neapolitan.
That's the one. Now, Neapolitan, I don't mind Neapolitan, but something about them when they're all together, it's like, that's like the shittiest vanilla I can have. That's the shittiest strawberry. That's the shittiest,
It's like the generic of all of them just rolled into one.
Yeah, like I would almost rather have one good chocolate.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants that. So, of course, Neapolitan was very big in my house because it was the way to kind of please everybody. Right. Although, of course, everybody dug into the brown and the pink first, and then the vanilla was left. So why didn't they make a Neapolitan? It was just like, oops, no vanilla. I didn't know this, but Neapolitan has actually had a lot of different flavors over the years. Like, it wasn't originally what it is today.
I didn't know that. I know that there are now new ones because my dad's gotten them for my daughters because they always want ice cream cones at their house specifically. Like more like, what am I trying to say? Like a chocolate, but with like chocolate chunks in it. And then like, the strawberries, like strawberry cheesecake, you know? Like they're starting to step up the Neapolitan game.
Yeah, give me like a souped up Neapolitan.
Yes.
I would definitely try it.
I have been seeing those.
So it came from the late 19th century, and this was the flavor that it was originally. So, what was the combination of the original Neapolitan flavor? Is it A, coffee, vanilla, and cherry? B, pistachio, vanilla, and cherry? Or D, chocolate, vanilla, and coffee?
Okay, I'm playing all of these options out in my mind. 2 out of the 3 have coffee in them. One of them does not. It is replaced by pistachio. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. I don't think chocolate, vanilla, and coffee is it. Just because... And also cherry. I thought it was always strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, but I'm going to take C out of this equation. Get out of here.
Okay. So you're between basically asking yourself, is the third flavor either coffee or pistachio?
Yes. That is indeed the question, which recently I have seen variants with pistachio in it.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's why it's making this even harder for me.
Yeah, you're afraid it's like recency bias or something.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go with, and it could be that I've just seen it, but I'm going to go with the one with pistachio in it.
And you are correct. Your memory served you.
I haven't gotten it right in like a while. Yay. I feel like I need some pistachio ice cream now.
I just had something pistachio recently. I feel like it's been sneaking up on me a little more recently.
Yes.
Listeners, has pistachio been surging around you too?
Tell us in the comments below.
Is it like AI? Has it been like surrounding us this whole time and I didn't know it? So I'm just coming off of the Wikipedia. I was doing a little bit of looking up stuff about ice creams.
Yeah.
And just this little piece here. The English language name of Neapolitan arose in the late 19th century due to confusion about its origin, given Italy's reputation for ice cream. Now, the original was green, white, and red. And the reason why is because of Italy's flag.
Oh, cute.
So green pistachio, vanilla cherry. Early recipes featured a variety of flavors, but combination of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry became standard eventually. Likely because that was the most popular flavors in the United States once it was like introduced worldwide.
I'm surprised that the green wasn't mint. I mean, don't get me wrong. Pistachios, like I've said on here before, are one of my favorite snacks. I love the actual nut, but when I think of green ice cream, I immediately go to mint.
Yeah, I get you there, but I would think a lot of people probably complain that mint would clash with the other flavors.
Yeah, that's true. I get that.
I've seen some also with lemon as well.
Oh.
I guess that would take the place of white.
Interesting. Well, that's a good one. I'm glad that I finally got something correct.
Yeah.
And yeah, just shout out to whoever is souping up these Neapolitan flavors. Give me more.
Oh, and shout out to Groom's Cake, if you ever had that flavor by Bluebell.
No, what is it?
Recently, they came out with a wedding cake flavor, and then they had a Groom's Cake flavor next to it, and I was like, what the hell is Groom's Cake?
Right.
It's milk chocolate ice cream with chocolate cake pieces, chocolate-coated strawberry hearts, swirls of strawberry sauce, and chocolate icing. We got it, and it's delicious.
So is the regular wedding cake like white wedding cake, and this one's like mainly chocolate with strawberry swirled in?
Yeah, at one point I looked it up, and it's like Groom's Cake kind of changes a lot of times.
Like they get the more cool, adventurous flavors, don't they?
Yeah, and so there's never been a standard Groom's Cake so much. And so I guess they kind of was like, oh, well, a lot of times it's usually something chocolate, and then they went and did strawberry because that's a common combination they do.
Yeah.
But it's called Bride's Cake. Almond flavored ice cream and cake pieces, amaretto flavored cream cheese icing.
Ooh, both sound good, honestly. I would like those mixed together.
I would love to try it.
Wow, both sound good. Tell us if you've tried it. I also have a bit of trivia, and a crime was committed And it is kind of done in like a petty I told you so way. So here's my trivia. The deed of which New York City landmark was stolen in December of 2008 by New York Daily News? Does this sound familiar to you at all?
My head just keeps going to Nicolas Cage and stealing the Declaration of Independence.
Fair.
So, no, I'm not ringing any bells here.
Okay, so which of these landmarks were stolen by New York Daily News? So A, the Statue of Liberty, B, Central Park, or C, the Empire State Building?
Dang, that's a tough one. Gosh, I would think that the Statue of Liberty would be super like historical.
Okay, fair.
I'm going to go with the Empire State Building.
And you are also correct.
Yeah.
Trevin, we are just killing it.
Okay, I'm feeling smart today. I didn't know if city parks had deeds. And then also, I would think that Lady Liberty would have some sort of a weird,
like a historic preservation of something.
Yeah, since it was a gift.
I get it. So yes, it is the Empire State Building. And ironically, I am coming from NewYorkDailyNews.com. And they're the ones who did it. The news swiped the 102-story Art Deco skyscraper by drawing up a batch of bogus documents, making a fake notary stamp, and filing paperwork with the city to transfer the deed to the property. They put really funny information on this fake deed also because you know how that building is featured in King Kong?
Yes.
They put Fay Ray, who's one of the stars in the movie, as a witness for the fake deed and funny little silly things in this document. Basically, they did it all because they were trying to prove that there is a gaping loophole in the city system, or there was, for recording deeds, mortgages, and other transactions. Mm-hmm. And the loophole was basically just that the system run by the Office of the City Register didn't require clerks to verify the information, like at all. Oh. So at that time, I guess there were like a bunch of people just stealing properties left and right because the documents just weren't being verified correctly. So anyway, they basically got the law adjusted. It was pointed out in this big way that they were able to steal it, like very quickly from underneath them, and then they gave the building right back. So.
Do you think they would have given it back if they weren't caught really quick?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say for sure.
I guess it depends what kind of person they are.
Yes.
But if you're actually trying to be like a pirate with the Empire State Building,
that would be way cooler. The paper fessed up and returned the landmark building the very next day.
I guess it was a paper. I forget it was a paper. So there's a good chance, I guess it was to prove a point, especially for the story.
Yeah, I think it was. I think they were just like, yo, there's a big issue here. And look how quickly we can just go, you know.
Yeah.
Another silly thing that was on the document is that the buyer was Netlots Properties. Like Netlots was the first name, Properties is the other one, and Netlots backwards is stolen. So stolen properties.
Oh.
And then afterwards, laws subsequently changed to criminalize deed theft and to empower the Attorney General to directly prosecute these property crimes. Also, the Department of Finance established the NYC Deed Fraud Warning System, so property owners could sign up to get free automated alerts anytime a document is filed against their property.
Ah.
Some change did actually come from it. I mean, that's always nice.
Yeah, I mean, would hate to learn about your deed way later.
Totally. It's kind of terrifying, to be honest. But glad that they fixed that, at least. I couldn't find any update, but in one of the articles, I know it did obviously bring it to light in a pretty public way, I guess. But
I could see our government being like, for one day only, we're going to turn that off real quick, steal all your deeds, and then turn it back on. And then we're all going to be like, aw, man.
Aw, shucks.
How are we supposed to know? Gosh, I guess you can have it.
And you know what else you guys can have?
Let them have it.
These ads.
And welcome back to Story Time.
Welcome.
I have a fun one for us. I
Uh-oh. At a loss for words already. Are there a lot of characters this week? Do I need to warm up my vocals?
Yes. Warm up your vocals. Oh, not a lot of characters, but you are a main character. We have a lot of acting in this one.
Okay.
Much like my camel story, it's a lot of a scene.
Nice.
This covers a topic that I didn't think about it as a theme for a story until this came about. And I was so excited and happy to have this opportunity because this is a theme that I feel like is seldom talked about. And I think it's important that it has a story tied to it.
Okay.
I'm sure you've all experienced this, but maybe you all have blocked it out. Or maybe you just kind of explained it away and just kind of no big deal in your world.
But you're about to bring all these problems that we've suppressed over the years to the forefront, is what you're saying to me?
I am certainly going to do that.
Okay.
So I guess get comfortable. And here we go. Have you ever witnessed a mantrum? A mantrum is like a tantrum, but with a driver's license. It's the same screaming and fits, only stronger, more entitled, and somehow considered adult behavior.
I said I wanted orange juice!
Tantrums are a burst of frustration. A child's volume reaches its peak, a scene is made, and everyone nearby suffers through it. But parents know they have the power. Sooner or later, that little tyke is going to wear themselves out. They'll learn from the outcome, take a nap, and we all move on. Mantrums work the same way, only how do you handle it? You can't overpower them. They won't listen to reason. And unlike a child, you probably depend on this person for something. Husbands, brothers, fathers, presidents, you get it. In that moment, you realize how much the balance in your relationship is an illusion. You're suddenly aware that this person could choose to act like a rabid preschooler at any moment, and everyone has agreed to pretend otherwise. I've watched a friend wail and pull handfuls of grass from someone else's yard. I've seen holes punched in doors in response to noise complaints they caused. And I know a man who kicked his wife and children out of the house because he needed a moment. Today, I've got a story about a gentleman who did absolutely nothing wrong and will leave this story respected and loved by all. Just kidding. Today, we're going to watch what happens when a mantrum gets so big, it becomes impossible to ignore.
Late night, Eric?
Oh shit. Oh shit is right. Dina had been waiting, and Eric had just walked into one of the most feared sights in all of marriage, a spouse sitting silently in the dark.
So what is it this time, Eric? Did the bar have another Shots for Tots charity drive?
You know I don't like it when you put down my altruistic efforts.
Uh-huh. So what is it?
It's not even a big deal. I was leaving the charity store when I heard somebody calling for help.
Help! My car won't start.
Naturally, I stepped in.
Uh-huh.
Had it running in no time.
You're a lifesaver. Please take this bottle of Evan Williams.
No.
I couldn't say no.
You absolutely could have.
I only took one swig before I walked in, I swear.
What time did you leave the charity store?
10.
I've been sitting in this chair since 10.
Okay.
Eric, the sun is about to come up.
You've never jumped a car without me. You don't know how long it takes.
It's not just about tonight.
Good, because you weren't even there. You don't know what went down.
These things keep happening, Eric. I was there for the other events. I remember those.
Oh, don't flashback!
What are you doing?
Shh, just go back to sleep.
Oh my God! You're peeing on me!
Oh, here you go bringing up the past again. I told you I was sorry you slept where I was peeing. What more do you want from me?
What about the formal flask you got for our daughter's baptism?
I wanted to look nice.
And the 4-month parent sabbatical you took to train for the beer Olympics.
You know what? I bring home the paychecks. I built half this house. And you know what else I brought home? A bronze medal from the beer Olympics. That would have never happened if I had to work and be a dad.
I put rubbing alcohol on your kid's owie last week, and she said it smelled like you. Little Margarita said you creeped her out when you came home during breakfast.
Well, I refuse to believe that. I offered her an ice cream sandwich and she took it.
I'm done, Eric. I can't keep up with this anymore.
Same. Let's head to bed and continue this fight in the morning.
No, I mean divorce. I can't keep up with the responsibilities of a wife and mother while trying to make sense of your version of reality.
What? This is the first I'm hearing about divorce? You can't just blindside me with this.
What about the things we just talked about?
I explained those. I didn't do anything wrong. You even said other guys have done worse things than me.
That wasn't permission to treat it like a daily challenge.
None of this was a problem until you labeled it as one. You're being sensitive. I bet you're telling the girls to think bad things about me.
Eric, you're drinking right now.
You're being crazy. I have a reason. I'm trying to make sense of this bomb you're dropping on my family. Where are you even going to go? I have the job. I built this house. How exactly do you think this is going to work?
We'll figure it out in mediation.
Dina's response delivered a devastating blow. For the first time in years, nobody was accepting Eric's explanation. Behind his confused stare, deep within his animal brain, something snapped. Eric flailed around the house like a bull in a china shop. He laid claim to anything purchased with his money, desperately demonstrating his value. I guess since you don't want me anymore, I can take this lingerie you never wear. Maybe I'll actually wear it. Dina stood firm. Years of experience had taught her an important lesson. Never argue. Just let him run out his energy. If I can't have this house, nobody can! Eric grabbed his keys, threw open the door, and disappeared into the bright morning light. The house fell silent. Dina stared at the disaster before her. A tipped-over lamp, an empty bottle, a marriage. Dina closed her eyes.
Of course.
The wife turned toward the kitchen, only to find two small faces staring back at her.
What's Daddy doing?
Is he mad? Only at a sports game, honey. It was a close one, so Daddy needs to go dig a hole for a while. You know how he gets.
The girl smiled.
Silly Daddy.
The two daughters ran back toward their rooms. Dina grabbed a broom. What mattered most now was keeping the house together for her girls. The less they knew, the better. Dina swept up the mess. She picked up the bottle. She paused. Dina looked toward the window.
Eric? What the fuck did you do this time?
In May 2026, Eric Pierwsza, 48, of Butler County, Pennsylvania, was arrested after allegedly using an excavator to partially demolish his family home during an argument with his wife. According to court documents, the incident began when Pierwsza's wife told him their marriage was over. Investigators say he responded by saying, quote, "If it's over, I'll tear the house down," before climbing into an excavator and driving it into the rear of the home. Authorities allege that Pierwsza's wife and two daughters were still inside the residence when he began tearing into the structure. The sound of the excavator damaging the home could reportedly be heard during the wife's 911 call. Investigators determined that the damage was severe enough to compromise the home's structural integrity. After the demolition stopped, police say Pierwsza returned inside, collected a gym bag, left the property, and was later located and taken into custody. Pierwsza was initially charged with causing a catastrophe, along with multiple counts of reckless endangerment and disorderly conduct. During a June 2026 court appearance, prosecutors reduced the most serious charge from causing catastrophe to risking catastrophe, a third-degree felony, while the remaining charges were held for court. According to his attorney, Pierwsza built the home himself and was in the midst of a separation and divorce proceeding at the time of the incident. As of now, no trial outcome or sentencing has been made public. Would you look at that? A man-sized contradiction fit for a king. Bragging about building a home while actively destroying it. I know I just said no sentencing was made public, but seeing a man have to accept no for an answer is already giving me a boner for justice. Which brings me to mantrums. The biggest difference between a tantrum and a mantrum isn't the scale or the strength. It's that mantrums are protected. A child throws a fit, and everyone agrees it's embarrassing. A grown man throws a fit, and suddenly everyone starts managing his emotions for him. We focus on something else. We give them an excuse. We apologize for their behavior. For years, Dina covered for Eric. She explained away his behavior. She cleaned up after him. She did all the things people do when they're trying to survive someone else's tantrum. And in doing so, we protect the man from the one thing that might stop it from happening again. The overwhelming shame of having acted like a toddler. Maybe that's why I find mantrums so fascinating. They're one of the few moments where adulthood completely falls apart. But in the wake of their childish destruction, it's the level-headed individuals that restore balance to the situation. And although the moment may be saved, protecting a mantrum today makes you a hostage to tomorrow's.
Are you kidding me with the excavator bullshit?
He took it and rammed into like the roof of their back porch. And I think he kind of broke through a little bit of the roof into that point. But I guess like where he had hit it, it had like affected the structural integrity so bad.
What a little baby bitch.
Yeah, that was definitely how it was worded in a lot of things. It was like, oh yeah, he built the house and...
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
He's the little crybaby tearing it apart now.
I never even dreamed that I would do a Mantrum story, but
wow.
after finding that he was literally a guy who was, caught drunk and
this is recent.
yeah, I forgot to even build that up, but yeah, May.
That is crazy. These mantrums out here are happening as we speak right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. Somewhere where you live listening to this episode, there's a mantrum happening, at least one in your vicinity.
Ugh.
Watch out.
It's the
guys.
Mantrum mantra.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, Dina was a very fun character for me to play.
I'm glad you liked her.
I immediately thought of Dina being a New Jersey girl because there was a Dina on Jersey Shore and there was a Dina on The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of tried to give her a slight accent.
Yeah, I heard
but
that.
not like a full-fledged one. I mean, snaps for Dina. I hope she never goes back to him. I hope she stays firm. If someone's going to damage your home to the point where it is structurally unsound while your children are in there, I feel like that's something I could personally never come back from. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, here's a picture of him, and then you can see the damage he did.
Ugh. Ew. Wow.
He looks like a douche.
He looks like literally like a guy that I've seen a million times on the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook groups, and he's like always an abusive piece of shit.
Yeah, he looks like he could be a used car salesman.
Mm-hmm. His weird vein is popping out of his arm as he takes his weird car selfie.
That's the best place for a selfie.
And that's quite a bit of damage. Like it's a 2-story home and it's like gonna crumble in on itself. And it looks like a really fancy house too.
Yeah, it looks like a nice house.
What a
Again,
dummy.
Like his kids were in there. And I believe there was some kind of quote in there from the lawyer. I probably should have put it in there, where he had said something about they're trying to fight to show that like he deserves custody or like more custody or something. And it's like,
Wow.
you drove an excavator into the house while they were inside of it. Like you don't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah. You don't have an excavator to ride on.
Yeah.
I mean, you are so dumb.
You're in a hole without an excavator. I don't know.
Yeah. What the actual hell?
At what point when you're in a mantrum, like I guess that's kind of like where I'm a person where, yeah, I get a lot of emotion at times.
Yeah.
I don't usually let it bottle up so much to where I have to take it out physically in any way.
Yeah.
But at least I've never been a person who's just like, I'm so mad, I'm going to punch a wall in my house or I'm going
Right.
to break my phone. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to break something of value that's mine. That's the
Yeah.
last thing I want to do. Because then you're like, afterwards, you're mad about 2 things. And I got to replace that thing I broke.
Yeah, well, you're thinking at this far too logical for the typical mantrum thrower.
That's true.
You're looking at this way too calm and logical of a perspective.
Mm.
There's no calmness or logic in the middle of a mantrum.
It's true.
It's all dumbass action. And this guy really fits the bill.
Yes, the term is called, I don't think we've ever talked about it on the show. I've talked about it once with you, I believe, but an extinction burst is what they're called.
Oh.
It's a term when raising children is like when you don't give them what they want and they know like, oh, if I cry at the example I usually hear is at like a checkout at a grocery store.
Right.
If they say they want a candy bar and you say no and they scream and then you're like, oh God, you're making a scene, and you give them the candy bar, then they
Yeah.
know next time I'm going to at least get to that volume again. Then when they don't get what they want, they exceed the volume.
Right.
Then they just realize that like it gets bigger and bigger if they get what they want.
Mm-hmm.
When you finally wean them off of it, it's called an extinction burst because they just kind of have to completely melt down and hit their like peak.
Yeah.
And it still has to not yield their results. It's a man doing the same thing too, but it's hard to stick in the extinction burst. It's like a lie, a little one, they just get bigger.
Yeah.
And a mantrum, they grow.
Oh my God, do they ever?
I mean, I'm sure we've all seen them. And that's the thing that I find like the most fascinating is the way that they're protected.
Yeah.
And the way that people get away with them. I mean, Even in high school, the story about the guy ripping the grass out, I remember him just getting so like crying, tears, just like throwing himself around, thrashing handfuls of grass, rip, 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 screaming, punching the ground, and like all in front of us, his friends, and we all were just like, wow, this is uncomfortable. And like you're in the discomfort so much, it's like you restore balance. It's just like, this is so off that I have to be like uber adult.
Yeah.
But then we excuse it, and you know that person could always do it again, and they know they can now.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that friend do that, and I mean, not really friends with that guy now.
Yeah.
But that didn't affect our relationship ever. That was never seen as like a pattern or like, oh, this is probably not safe.
Right.
Yeah, it's just interesting how we do that.
Call out the mantrums, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't let them go by the wayside because they are not cool. And he could have really hurt somebody. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
I feel like most of those dudes, like you say the are we dating the same guy dudes,
Yeah.
they usually know how to keep their weird stuff within a certain place to where they don't get caught.
Mm-hmm.
But like going and taking an excavator to a house, that's a hard one to spin the narrative on.
Yeah, exactly. He can't just be like, no, I was just really heated and in the moment wanted to do some light upgrading on the house and ended up making things way worse. It's like, no, dude, you proved that you were able to build this home brick by brick or whatever the hell. You can't even use that as an excuse. Like, you're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, like I was just really emotional and accidentally bumped into it.
Wow. And now it's in the newspaper, and now it's on our podcast.
Yeah, and causing catastrophe. I think we've probably maybe...
That felt very new, like a very new charge. But again, I know we've done a few things that were more like...
I was thinking maybe my, that was Australia, so maybe they wouldn't have the same stuff. But the guy who did the sewage thing...
Oh, yeah.
And then I was thinking maybe your gender reveal explosion.
Yes. And there was like a big brawl at a carnival, and I feel like there was some weird charge with that one. But I don't know. It felt so brand new to me. And if it isn't, it's just one we barely do.
Yeah, and going from getting charged with causing catastrophe and then having it downgraded to risking catastrophe.
Yeah. It's like, well, it wasn't actually caused, but the risk of catastrophe was there and present.
I wonder if they had to have somebody come out and appraise the damage to be like, oh, a catastrophe is at least 60,000.
Yeah, right. They're like, this was at great risk. However, if a few more square footage would have been crushed.
See on this little map here? See, it's in the red. It's almost a catastrophe.
Oh my God. Dumb. I'm curious to see what his payment is, other than hopefully getting a lot of social shaming and shunning.
I hope so.
I hope that everyone, if you're listening and you're in his inner circle, shame him. Shame him and shun him.
Yeah.
Already.
It's very strange how in a lot of those situations, it can kind of split people, and those little guys will go run into the people that accept them still.
Like, Mommy,
Yeah.
I was just a little mad and just did a little excavator stuff.
Yeah, the more people that say unacceptable, but you still deserve love. Because when we all say, we can buy your excuse.
Yeah.
Then that makes you think it's okay.
No, there's no fixing these kind of fucks, okay? Well, that was crazy. I think that we're going to have some similarities. I'm not 100% sure yet exactly what they are.
Okay, so not going to be as hot of a connection as last week's fire.
Oh, no. So this is actually one of those stories that I believe could one day make a really awesome documentary, to be so honest.
Oh, I love that. Maybe we need to make a long form podcast on it.
I was going to say, this is like one that could be a documentary, could be a long form investigative podcast. I'm not making light of the crimes. Like, going after a vulnerable crowd is never all right with me. Anyway, so I think it was like one of those where it was kind of like bordering on the cusp, but I feel like I found a way to tell it in an appropriate yet still comical way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So instead of a documentary, I'm making the parody version today, of course. I don't really know a single damn thing about the victims at all. So a lot of it,
It's not going to help with your documentary.
I know. That's why we need the documentary, though, because the most impactful thing would be to like, how did this happen? Like, I would love to know. Someone do it, please.
I'm intrigued.
And it's a wide range. It's like decades worth of crime. It goes far, far back. This is actually a profession that Trevin and I both respect and think can do a lot of good in the world, but unfortunately, there are bad apples in every industry. And that's all I'm going to say, really.
Wow, I've got a lot of ideas and questions, but I'm all ears.
You'll soon find out, okay, Trevin? And I won't say anything else because that was already a lot of me trying to dig myself out of my excavator hole before I began.
Oh,
See what I did there?
Having a sheetrum.
Sheetrum. And here we go. People seek therapy for a variety of reasons. Those with injured hips will see a physical therapist.
I don't know, Doc. I think I strained my pelvis from all the constant twerking.
People with money may ease their emotions with retail therapy, spending with reckless abandon. And others who want to improve on their mental health will typically overthink or postpone getting a licensed therapist to talk things through with. Me. Yeah, I'm talking about myself. Yet for those brave souls that step inside a counselor's office or hop on a Zoom call with one, that is only the beginning of the vetting process. You see, it's important to get a feel for your therapist to make sure they are a good fit. Some may be too judgmental for your lifestyle, have little shared experiences with you, or even worse, they could be a petty fucking criminal. Take a seat for today's session as we unpack a story so unbelievable, your therapist's therapist will need a new therapist to make sense of it all. Beth Lisa Jaslov always had a way with words. She was convincing, even as a young child.
Eat your green beans, Beth, honey.
But then I'll have green poo-poo for you to clean up later, Mommy.
Ugh, never mind.
She continued to get her way as she grew into a teenager and learned what motivated the people around her. Is there any way I can raise my math grade from a C to an A+, Mr. Thompson?
No, Beth, you've barely shown up to class lately.
Have you ever stopped to think that maybe that's because I have a hard time understanding the sum of the equation between you and Mrs. Humphreys when you're both married variables?
I'll have your extra credit for you on Monday.
Beth had no issues with manipulating a situation to her advantage and did so throughout her life with eerie ease. This continued into 1991 when, unfortunately for humanity, she chose her career path as a therapist. Beth opened her own business with a perfectly pretentious name that sounded both cult-like yet positive. She called her office the Center for Growth and Enlightenment. With a name like that, her client list grew quickly. She booked appointments with a wide range of people, from introverts who wanted to become more social.
Hi, I'm here to practice talking.
To narcissists who wanted to improve on their arguing skills.
I'm here to get some step-by-step instructions on how to gaslight.
Beth was terrifyingly good at her job, reading her clients and gaining their trust, only to lure out some of their wildest confessions and dilemmas.
I'm in love with my great-grandfather's best friend, and I don't know how to tell him without giving him another heart attack.
I lied about being trained in the surgery I just performed.
I must confess, every time I've been in your office, I've let out multiple silent but deadly thoughts.
No matter the shocking statements coming out of the mouths of her differing patients, Beth always came up with a sinister and similar solution. I hear what you are saying, and it is valid. I think in your specific case, it would be mindful and beneficial for you to participate in the community money program we offer at the Center for Growth and Enlightenment. If met with any pushback, Beth had a list of bullshit excuses she would use to convince clients to donate to the program. For empathetic patients, she would explain This program is used to help others in dire need of these funds. For the more self-serving clients, she'd say, I promise you that the Community Money Program will aid sustainably in your personal growth and enlightenment. And to the clientele with an interest in getting rich quickly, her pitch would sound more like this. With the simple purchase of these unlicensed securities, I promise return rates between 2 and 8% on any investment you make today. Can I grab you a tissue? Beth's tactics only improved throughout the decades, obtaining more than $1 million for the Community Money Program between the years 2008 and 2016. But by the year 2019, business had slowed down some due to a few curious clients wanting more information on the money fund and explanations about all the broken promises made along the way.
You pinky promised I would be rich and enlightened, and I'm not either one of those things.
The pressure was mounting for Beth, yet she had no idea just how close she was to exploding until one of her sessions in early January were interrupted by aggressive bangs on her office door. Beth let out a silent yet deadly fart before standing up to answer. Hello, officers. How can I assist you today? Beth asked with a shaky voice, trying to keep eye contact with the police officers staring back at her.
It appears you have developed some destructive coping mechanisms over the years, including a criminal enterprise and larceny by false pretenses.
Excuse me?
You heard us correctly. Now put your hands behind your back. We're going to do some exposure therapy in jail.
In January of 2019, 69-year-old therapist Beth Lisa Jaslov of Birmingham, Michigan, was arrested for stealing money from patients between 1991 and 2017 through her business, the Center for Growth and Enlightenment. In the period between 2008 and 2016 alone, she illegally obtained more than $1 million from the victims and caused more than a dozen people to lose their total investment. Beth used the Community Money Program, as she named it in 1999, to convince patients under false pretenses to donate money. She lied and said that it would be used to help others in need, or that it would help clients' personal growth and enlightenment. In some cases, she encouraged the victims to purchase unlicensed securities, promising rates of between 2 and 8% in returns that never materialized. Beth Lisa Jaslov was charged with 28 separate criminal charges, including conducting a criminal enterprise, commonly known as racketeering, and 27 counts of larceny by false pretenses. The charges each carried maximum sentences between 5 and 20 years in prison. However, in January of 2020, Beth pleaded guilty to 1 count of larceny by false pretenses of more than $100,000. Because of her plea, she was only sentenced to 5 years supervised probation and ordered to pay $100,000 in restitution. Additionally, a part of her sentencing is that Beth is not allowed to be employed as a therapist, counselor, or spiritual guide for individuals or groups during the term of her probation. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel was quoted saying, Miss Jaslov took advantage of her clients far too long and preyed on vulnerable Michiganders, simply striving to improve their well-being. My office will continue to hold those who steal from others accountable for their actions. Indeed, people do seek therapy for a variety of reasons, and in turn, people become therapists for a variety of reasons, some more petty than others. We believe in the power and vulnerability of speaking to a professional in order to better yourself. Just remember that before you confess the sins of your own, make sure that your therapist isn't actually a larcenist.
Wow, I'm surprised that they said that she cannot be a therapist during probation. It's like, is she putting enough good in the world that she should ever be able to again in general? I would say just throw it out and say you can't ever again.
No, that's what I'm saying, Trevin. I feel like 100 million% she should never be any of those things. I like how they were very specific of like, you can't be a counselor, a therapist, a spiritual guide to an individual or to a group. Hell, we'll throw a group in there too.
You can't be a youth minister.
But then to make it only for the 5 years of probation, I know she's 69, but like she might have a whole life ahead of her that could be filled with more scams. And the fact that she's been doing it for like, 20 some years or whatever that is around average. I'm sorry, that should be a pattern enough to clearly show that she should never be allowed to be that profession ever again. But I guess not.
Okay, so it's called the Community Money Program.
Yes.
Which is, that name is so silly to me.
It needs a lot of work. I mean, I guess it worked for her. What am I saying?
I mean, in the time, I'm sure.
But I feel like that needed a lot of workshopping, but that's really something you can't workshop with
I'm not
people.
even sure what exactly it is. So you're supposed to get money back in your investment and enlightenment.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever made this completely clear because I said she was arrested for stealing or whatever. She was just using that money for her own personal gain. Like there was never, I don't know if I specifically said that ever, but yeah, it was definitely told to some people. I don't know if it was only the empaths that she convinced that it was for the greater good of others, but it gave all these different reasons of things that different people had said she had explained to them why they needed to donate. And it seems like she was just manipulative and kind of got to know them and their deepest feelings, and then whichever one of those excuses fit them best. That's just what I'm assuming.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's it's kind of like when you're writing a form of comedy or something and like trying to make it match for an audience or something.
Yeah.
Once you've communicated to a certain point, you know how to communicate with a certain audience.
Totally.
So yeah, you definitely are using that to your advantage. And you're also, like you said, it's just like a very vulnerable situation, and like the power is all given to this one person.
I know.
Yeah, that's gross.
So yeah, she was just taking the money, being a fake ass, bitch ass, bunk ass therapist, convincing and guilting and tricking these people, vulnerable people at that, like I said, to give money. I hate to like make light of something like that. That's why I went kind of back and forth, and I never wanted to make it seem like I'm making fun of people for going and getting therapy. We both are so into that. We've both done it before. I need to go back, but I made a joke about myself not doing that.
It was a good joke. And true.
True. I think it's a great thing. I just think, unfortunately, this is just another way to prove that there, like I said, are bad apples in every single line of work.
Oh, yeah.
Just be careful. If anyone's trying to get you to donate outside of their hourly, bill, I would have some red flags just popping up now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind.
That's how I think about our show is how it's such a big look at the way humans act and interact.
Yeah.
It's like nothing is really sacred to things that we can make a joke about, because it's like nothing is sacred to humans. We ruin everything.
I know.
I mean, I believe in the power of therapy and everything, but I understand making the jokes in this situation. Towards this thing. I'm not saying that what she did is right, but I can still point out that therapists can be bad, just like I can say cops are bad. Doesn't make me always anti-cop.
Right. There's good and bad in every profession. This one is it's just a little more disappointing, just because it's like these people are coming to you.
And it's
clearly,
a one-on-one thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. It's like, I'm not saying that, I think that's more of a bias on my part.
Yeah.
But when you can do any sort of crime and it's in a one-on-one situation, if you rob a bank and it's like, oh no, you took money from everybody a little bit.
Right.
It's I don't, or a company or something. But it's you're humanized in front of them. Even if they're trying to break you down and get you to trust them, it's every step of their game is humanizing you.
Right.
So it's just I know even if you tell me it's not personal, it's yeah, but you ended up knowing me pretty personally. So I feel really hurt by that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think one of the reasons why I even tried to find a story kind of with a scammy therapist is because I recently just watched this I mean, I haven't watched it all in one sitting. It's way too long. It's a big series. But little by little, I've been watching this random ass series on Netflix called Gypsy. And it's about a therapist that's just like going around making all the wrong decisions. And actually, ironically enough, she's the actress in King Kong. Sorry, that just tied in with my Empire State Building fact.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, no, not at all. But anyway, she's like just going and making all these and crossing so many professional boundaries with her clients. I think
Naomi Watts.
Yeah. So that's kind of why it inspired me to even look at this. And then also, and I've told you this in the past, I actually had a therapist that I was seeing because I was having panic attacks really bad because of like a weird, crazy instance, like a fight happened in my life. And I kind of wanted to go there and just get like some more coping skills, try to be more present in my own body, try to like move forward and heal from it. And instead, this therapist was like, yeah, we should just hurt people, and like was kind of crazy. And also she was the same therapist that in the past, Jordan and I went and saw her, and she was like telling us all about like how she got a boob job and how it caused a fight with her ex-husband. And then she like went into like grave detail about her tatas. And anyway, she just made me feel super uncomfortable.
I'd rather have her on the show than than have her do my therapy.
No, totally. So anyway, with all these little red flags with her, I ended up being like, this is not a good fit for me.
For sure, definitely.
And unfortunately, I think that's one of the things just to look out for. I mean, therapy can be great. Uh-huh. However, I do think it's very important you find someone that like at least has like a similar set of morals, and I don't know where I'm going.
I mean, I know a lot of people kind of make fun of our generation and the one coming after us, for being all about the vibes. But I mean, I think that is really important for something on a personal level like that.
Yeah.
One thing that I learned in therapy or going to therapy, you as a person almost have to learn how to be better at going to therapy.
Yeah.
Like you don't just walk in and they're just like, let me hold your hand. And then, was it mommy or daddy? Like, they help you get to it. And when I first went, I was like, yeah, I got something out of it, a little bit, but not too much. And like, it's kind of like you limit yourself to a certain degree. But one thing that is really important and that I'm finding with anything, whether it's therapy or just a regular doctor, is just like, I have a hard time communicating with people. And so like I really need, if I feel comfortable with you, I can communicate all day.
Yeah.
Like when I went to get my doctor and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, I'm actually am trying people out and trying to make sure I get the right ones, because I do want the doctors that I stick with for the rest of, hopefully for a good chunk of my life, to be people I can speak with well. And therapy is so much definitely that. And it's also interesting because therapists, it's such a personalized thing that it's like, you can't even say, I mean, if they're harming people, of course, but like if they are just telling you all about their knockers, it's like, well, I mean, that could be really disarming for some people and could be a great therapist experience.
Right.
So it's like,
to each their own.
Can't really say you're not good. It's just like, well, you're somebody's flavor, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Like, and there's so many different like theories, they believe in like practicing certain ways. And then there's like personality traits. And then I probably myself would like to see another gal, right? You know, like there's different things that would work for different people, but it's hard out there, and just be extra cautious is all I can say.
For sure. It's already a tough thing to do. And
I know it's kind of shitty that someone has to go and do some bullshit like this.
Yeah. And if you went to therapy once, somebody, and weren't loving it, don't tell yourself that maybe therapy's not for you. Maybe just that person's not for you.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. One person, one different type of therapist could like completely not be the way you want it at all. You really just have to try them out.
When Emily was looking for her new one, I one day was just going through, I looked up some keywords, and like most of their websites, you can just do the about me and read about them. And I'm like, oh, this person loves this and has cats, and this person has like a very alternative looking lifestyle. I was like, this person's gonna be perfect. And it's been Emily's therapist since.
See, that's what I'm saying. Just got to read the damn bios, people. Come on. Well, connections.
Oh, man, so many.
I know. Weirdly, I talked about your hip.
Yeah, I'll give you the spotlight on that for a second.
Please, can we? I stopped myself, you guys. Had completely forgotten that I opened it in that way that I did where I was talking about different types of therapy, the physical therapy with the hip, and then that was your dreadful dilemma. That was freaking wild.
And just like on an actual friend level here, I have not told Amanda about this yet.
No.
I may have brought up the shoulder, maybe quickly in passing, but I was actually holding on to talking about it for the show. So
yeah, that is very weird.
what are you, some sort of a mind reader or tell the future? What's up?
Well, I just think, Trevin, we've spent so much time together that sometimes our wavelengths in random ways, they just kind of cross paths.
It's very true. Yeah.
That's what I think. Like our train of thoughts just somehow meet in the middle of the air.
Yeah,
In the
somewhere.
middle of Kansas City at some point.
Not always in the same spot.
No, definitely not. It's very random. You can't control it.
Yeah.
But yeah, connections as far as the crimes go.
Well, you talked about gaslighting.
True.
I guess it's kind of like one-on-one interactions and sort of like mind games.
Mind games, for sure. That's a great point. Because he's like a toxic man who's trying to, be like, oh, yeah, well, if you do this, I'll do this, and I'm going to try and get you to do this with me doing this.
Yeah.
And that's literally what my therapist was doing.
Yes, I mean, they're both definitely gaslighting in different ways. And
manipulators.
the way you did the story, too, I like that it was like a spread out over time sort of thing, where you did sort of tell like a documentary where the voices come in and sort of like a montage situation. I mean, you could have easily done a story where it was a one-on-one interaction and you didn't. So we were able to have very different feeling stories, but still dealing with a same sort of a theme, you know?
That's true.
The mind game theme.
That's true. What do you think? Do you think it could make a good docuseries or small, limited podcast? Because I just would love to know from these people, like, what happened here? Like, I'm not blaming them. I think people fall into weird cult-like mind game manipulation all the freaking time every day. I love the psychology of things behind it.
Oh, yeah.
And I would love to know, like, how did it build to this? Like, how long were you with her before she started suggesting the money fund? I would love to know the nitty-gritty. How did this happen?
I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't have some sort of a visual somewhere up on the wall that's like a poster for it or something. So then like it already kind of like warms them up to it.
Oh, see?
The quiet normalization.
See?
Bet she did.
Because the way I told it was like utterly ridiculous. Like she didn't just jump in with, this is my end-all be-all cure for all these different crazy, ridiculous problems, right? Like
Right.
I would love to know the actual truth. I really would.
It's hard. It's like with a name like the money company, whatever, the community
Yeah.
money thing. You have terrible marketing, but I'm sure you're a great manipulator. Like I want to say that their manipulating skills are as bad as their marketing skills, but I'm sure that's not the case.
Right. I know. And she looks pretty sinister and unhinged in her mugshot, I will say. And she's 69, so that's funny.
A real Disney villain kind of.
Honestly. She's like, listen to your mother, like the creepy Rapunzel lady. Yeah, that for sure. But yeah, what a week, Trevin. I hope that wherever you guys are right now listening to our podcast, that you're just having the best week. And just remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we are all doomed.
Doomed to have a mantrum.
Oh, Lordy. Bye.
See ya.
I'm not trying to gaslight you here, but don't you think you should have joined our Patreon by now? Come on over, get that bonus content.
Have you used your mom voice on somebody that wasn't your kids? Tell us about it on social media. I know these stories are good. Find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or Threads. Live, Laugh, Larceny.
And have you ever had a tantrum that left part of your home structurally unsound? If so, send us your petty crime story, livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
And give our show the same rating I would give the souped up Neapolitan Amanda's talking about. 5 stars. It's about time it gets better. Rate our show wherever you rate podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods.
Those with injured hips. Oh my fucking God!
You talking about me?
Will seek a physical therapist.
Okay.
Trevin?
I didn't even tell you about this really at all, so. Creep.
Holy shit, I forgot that I started with that.
Wow.
That is so weird. Center for Growth and Entitlement. Entitlement? I meant to say enlightenment.